Okay, we're back on YouTube. There we go. I think we fixed the issue with that last segment. It is available as a video now if you want to go see that. Like I say, this is the cancel culture of the left. Start saying something that people disagree with, they want to come in and bomb your channel and try to get you banned. So, say la vie. Especially for a conservative on Twitch. I've also questioned whether or not that's a gauntlet I really want to go back through. I'm not sure that it is. It's probably not. It's so sad. There's nothing more that folks can do other than come in and try to cancel you. They're not interested in, discounting your ideals or your position or the things that you say. They're more interested in just stopping you from being able to speak. Again, because it's all emotionally driven. It's not about it's not about a dichotomy of ideals. It's more about, well, you're a piece of shit, and I like Hassan and you don't, so I'm just gonna come in here and shit all over you. That's really what it's about. Shit, it's just sad. I find it laughably sad, especially at this point. Try this again.
Racial slur, racial. No, okay.
What's up, Fire? It's good to see you.
I'm just trying to relax now.
It wasn't just coming on the stream and doing it. Coming in the live chat and doing it. It was also he spammed the fucking general chat with at everyone alerts. Nader Hunter picked up on that. He said, "Stop the spam, bro." No, no, you don't ask. If they're doing that, you just fucking get rid of them, bro. You just get rid of them. Don't even, don't even try. I don't know. We try to have a tolerant fucking disposition here. Perhaps it's to our detriment.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like if you're streaming, that's like a different story. I don't know. I know you've had some crazy people come in your Discord though, like and post stuff. So
I think there are still some crazy people hanging around. I'm just not sure which ones of them it is. Quite a few people in my Discord. I think there are about 160 people in my Discord. I don't know, maybe about 100. Uh, it's tiresome. So this continues. Even to this fucking
uh,
day.
yeah, I agree. It is tiresome.
Sorry. Such is life.
True. We can't all be Hassan fans after all.
No, we certainly cannot. certainly cannot. I tell you what, though, I'm probably gonna go through here and start teasing some people out. They haven't been around for a year or more.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, you haven't been around for a year. What do you think of his son? Okay, okay. I don't know what. That's probably a good idea though, to just kind of filter people out a bit.
Yeah, there's one right there. Had 7 servers in common. Every single one of them was a lefty one. It's that kind of shit. I gotta look out for that kind of shit. I'm not paying enough attention. Part of it was just trying to grow the fucking community, man. It's such a difficult thing to try to accomplish. Who's that? What's up, Mav?
Hey, Yodi.
How you doing?
Trying to stay out of trouble like usual.
Yeah. Hard sometimes.
How you doing?
Yeah, well, I just got in bond. Seriously hard.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the new iPhone 16.
Is that what you're
Newest and greatest and biggest pain in the butt.
is that what you're talking into right now?
Yeah.
Well, you sound a lot better than you normally do. So I'll tell you that.
I don't know how to take that as a compliment or an insult.
um, it's a compliment. You're sounding better. It's a good thing. But
that's because I have the newest and greatest iPhone. So did you solve your issue with Grumple?
No, not quite.
Because, yeah, he's been on a couple times.
I've seen him around. He's hanging
Seems
around with some
normal.
fucking degens here and there. I do the same thing occasionally. Oh, man. Well, I think I got rid of everybody that I can reasonably insist is a fucking retard lefty.
Yeah, so I have a right rotator cuff issue, and I'm kind of thinking that it might either come down to surgery or a cortisone shot.
That sounds awful. Well, okay, so that one surgery sounds awful.
I'm hoping that that's not on the table, but I think the cortisone shot's going to be definitely on the table.
Yeah, for sure. That's not much. That's not very invasive. It's just a shot. It helps a lot too. Like my mom got a cortisone shot in her knee for arthritis. It helped there a lot more than she expected.
'Cause I got a cortisone shot. I think I got it. I think I got it in the back, and it's done wonders. Right now, I can like if I waved at someone with my right hand, my right arm's not going to be happy with me. Yeah, and the problem with the right rotator cuff is it's on top of the shoulder blade. So July 7th, I'll get a sports therapist to look at it and do all the tests, and then I'll see where I can go from there.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of joining an old folks home?
You know, it's getting to be that point.
I was gonna say that's what they sit around and do. They all sit around and talk about all their fucking ailments all day.
I want it gone so I can go back to life saving.
You know, my back hurts. I need a cortisone shot on my back. Oh, my knees fucking broke, man. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with that. We might have surgery. Well, you know, I might have surgery on my back, too. I don't know. We might have to fucking deal with that. It's a deep topic of conversation because it's a big fucking concern. Surgery on a geriatric patient's not an ideal situation.
And yes, I am just a couple of years older than you.
I know, which is why I'm giving you shit about it.
And you, by all means, can.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Yeah, but I'm pulling that sled that you're on, far, moving it closer to where I am on the hill. I think you're 5 years younger.
Yeah, maybe so. I was born 86. The year of the, Challenger disaster. And,
I'm more.
or was it the Columbia? Fuck, it's one of the two.
You're 36. I'm 47.
No, I said 86. The year 1986.
Ah.
The same year as the Challenger disaster and the Chernobyl and a couple other things that happened that year that are fucking infamous, which I'm vaguely aware of. Other than my birth. My birth is probably the most infamous of them all.
Yeah, I was actually sitting in class and the teacher was showing it live on TV.
In 1986?
Yep.
Yikes. Yeah, I was in junior English when 9/11 happened. It was on the TV, and we thought it was an accident at the time because only the first tower had been hit. But as we're sitting there sort of watching it, trying to get up on the current event, another plane comes in and hits the second tower. And then she's like, oh, fuck, turn it off. It was crazy, man. That was a crazy day.
Yeah, 9/11, I was in the shower when the first plane hit and getting ready for college when the second plane hit.
I'm sorry, what?
When 9/11 happened, I was I was getting ready for college.
Mm.
And I didn't think that crap was real. Came out of the shower. Oh yeah, it's real.
It's a trippy thing that to happen, especially while you're in school. That's what I was getting at. How old were you in 1986?
Let's see. I was born in 78.
So you'd have been 8 years old. So that's third grade.
And the teacher that showed us that in class was a brand spanking new teacher.
It's rough for her.
So
for
she's
sure.
like, because I talked to her years later. She's like, I was not prepared for that.
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone could be prepared for that.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think any of us were. Nobody expected the damn thing to blow up on launch. But what was it? They determined. I researched this a little bit. I researched that, and I researched Chernobyl too. But there was an O-ring failure in one of the solid rocket boosters attached to the large fuel tank underneath of the space shuttle, and yeah, it exploded the fuel tank underneath of the craft, and well, there was a lot of fuel in there, so nobody survived longer than an instant once it started to happen. They were smithereens, you know. Fucking tragic though. So the first,
Yeah, I
the
can't
first
even
and the
remember
last
if I
time.
was out of school that day.
Yeah, it's the first and the last time NASA ever brought a civilian on a fucking space mission. Because there was a school teacher on board the craft. Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw you live, and it was like, well, stop in and say hi.
I appreciate it. It's good to hear from you. You're a much more amicable personality than the last guy I had. So, I mean, not Fire, but the guy before that. Some asshole I just banned out of the Discord for spamming the N-word over and over and over again. Why, it's my first instinct to trust people and that they have good intentions. I should stop doing that. I should assume people are fucking dickheads. Why do you think that is? What do you think has led to the degradation of culture in America to the point that we're not even able to tolerate, incompatible points of view anymore?
I don't know.
If I had to ask Mav about hockey, he'd probably still be around. Oh, man. That's the intolerant fucking left, man. Their whole scheme to overtake the United States with communist rhetoric is unraveling in front of their faces. They can't fucking deal with it. Orange man bad, orange man bad, orange man bad. And if only we would, appoint one of the good Republicans like Mitch McConnell or, Mitt Romney or Lindsey Graham, then
Yeah.
they'd be willing to cross the aisle, right? All these spineless rhinos who's just willing to kowtow to everything. But no. You have a differing opinion about, Palestine or Hassan, then I have to come in bomb your fucking stream. That's the fucking world we fucking live in right now. It really is.
How long you think you're gonna be on?
Yeah, I don't know. We probably milked it for all it's got. So. There's one last thing I wanted to cover, though. Well, just conclusory statement from one of my favorite fucking podcasters, John Ryan.
Oh yeah.
But I do like this guy a lot. He's also a former SEAL. Does a lot of good work just letting people speak their mind, especially on very controversial issues. Sometimes it's fucking quackery, chemtrails, shit in the food to make us dumber. But moon landing wasn't real. Earth is flat. Shit like that. Sometimes he has people on that have meaningful things to say. And I think his interview style is actually very admirable. For the most part, he just lets people talk. Like, it's 10% of the show is him asking them questions, and then 90% of it is him sort of bloviating or expounding upon their points of view. So, really do appreciate his interview style. I'll say that. Unlike Tim Pool, who's just absolutely fucking lambast you if you piss him off. Anyway.
It's Memorial Day 2023. I just got home from Decatur, Texas, where I gave a speech at the NRS Ranch for the 14th annual Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic. His surviving wife, Patsy Shipley, asked me to come down and talk about the meaning of Memorial Day, what it means to me, and I'm not much of a public speaker. It's my first one, but this is important. I thought I would go down there and just speak straight from the heart. It seemed to be pretty impactful, so I would like to share it with you all. Since the beginning of this country, actually since before we were actually a country, from the Revolutionary War all the way to present time, there have been approximately 1.1 million American service members who have died for what we call America today. That's our freedoms that a lot of us take for granted. It's our well-being, for the safety that we have in this country, for people to come here and live the American dream. And if you take that 1.1 million.
I don't know. I can't help but feel a little bit dirty about the fact that he's walking around in front of some kind of promotional fucking logo thing in the background. What is this? Hopefully that's a product he's actually developing or is heavily involved with, and not some sponsorship bullshit. But even still, it still seems dirty. Why is this here? I don't know. 1.1 million seems like a low number too. But maybe I'm crazy.
And you turn that into a percentage of just today's population. There are an estimated 366 million American citizens living in the United States today. If you just took the 1.1 million from the conception of this country until now, not including all the people that have come and gone and lived in this country past just today, it would only be less than 0.3% of the population. That should be our most cherished, honored class of people to ever exist in America. Think about that. 1.1 million men and women service members have died for what we have today. I'll tell you a story. It was late September 2005.
20 years.
I went on my first deployment to Afghanistan. I was with SEAL Team 2. This was just 3 months after June 28th. For those of you that don't know, June 28th was Operation Red Wings. It was the biggest loss the SEAL teams had ever experienced.
Call me crass, but I thought Operation Red Wings was going down on a girl when she was on her period. I mean, maybe that's a fucking Marine Corps joke. I don't know.
In that specific moment in time. Usually when you deploy, the team that's in country, there's a big turnover. The team that's in country, they do a turnover to the new team that's going to take their place, and you talk about what works in combat, what doesn't work, what kind of missions were they running, what bad guys are we after, all of that stuff. Usually takes at least a week. Except this time, there was no brief. There was no brief because there was no one left alive to do that turnover. They were all dead, except one. And so the one brief that we did get was from a junior intelligence officer. What that brief consisted of was, one, he read Marcus Luttrell's after-action reports on what happened that day. It was a starch reminder of what we might be getting ourselves into. In the second part of that brief, he showed us a propaganda video that Taliban had created as a recruitment video. In that video was footage of the actual gunfight that went down on June 28. There was footage of them shooting our helicopters down that went in to save the 4 operators that were on the ground. But what stuck out to me most in that video was one of the SEALs that had just been killed in action. He was laying upside down on the side of a mountain. And all around him he had a swarm of Taliban fighters. His top was pulled over his chest. You could see exposed skin. And I remember watching these fighters, and they were pillaging all of his gear off of his body, taking his watch off his wrist. Another one picked his rifle up, trying to figure out how to turn his laser on. Another one holding his ID up to the camera, showing the world who they had just killed.
So, Sean Ryan is talking about watching a video of this happening. June 20th, 2005, Operation Red Wings herring events unfolded in Afghanistan's unforgiving mountains, showcasing the relentless bravery and sacrifice of the SEALs and Special Forces. High-stakes mission targeted Ahmad Shah would have been a great blow. Operations deep into the enemy territory, four-man reconnaissance team. Lieutenant Michael Murphy, Danny Dietz, Matthew Axelson, and Marcus Luttrell faced an impossible decision. One of them survived. It's helped by a Pashtun villager, Muhammad Gulab. Gulab and his village harbored Luttrell from the Taliban, risking their own lives. Luttrell's gripping account of the mission later became the best-selling book and film, Lone Survivor. Sean Ryan was not there. But it's a harrowing story. It's a disgusting thing. And the special operations units have to deal with the worst of it. Quite a lot.
And the thing I remember most about this segment was I saw what appeared to be a fresh tattoo on this KIA SEAL's ribs. I looked over at my teammate who was sitting to my right. He was crying. And before I could say anything to him, he looked at me and he just said, "I remember the day he got that tattoo." Now the SEAL,
So I knew somebody
laying lifeless,
Who knew some-
upside down,
who was there.
surrounded by Taliban fighters, was Danny Dietz. The same Danny Dietz that we were all there to honor in Texas over this weekend. That is just one scenario of many that plays out in my head this time of year.
I don't know, man. Didn't you? Maybe I don't know. Maybe it would be untoward to tell a personal story about someone that he had known that had died in combat. But surely he had at least met one person who did. I would think. I've known people who went and did not come back. And I'm drinking in their honor today. Cheers to the fall. Do I know exactly what fucking happened to him? No. But if anyone else came back, they did not. They weren't there. And all I got from the people who were was he was lost.
Hmm.
OPSEC, right? Operational security. I never went. Never claimed to. The sandbox was a fucking meat grinder, though. A literal fucking meat grinder.
Some of you get it, some of you don't.
That's good. Well,
A
speaking
lot
of
of you
this,
know
and
exactly
I'm
what.
assuming you're not going to be able to stream tomorrow. That's why you did it today to kind of cover the Memorial Day stuff. It's good you kind of went over that.
I'm trying to be a little bit lighthearted about it. I'm appreciative, and I was hoping some people would stop by that were actually friendly. Instead, I started talking about Hassan and attracted a fucking commie. So go figure.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I also think it's funny how many people idolize his son when he's the son of a Fortune 500 company guy, and then he also I feel like if he wasn't if he wasn't like rich and attractive, I honestly feel like he would be a lot less. And he wasn't like Sen's nephew, he would be a lot less popular compared to what he is.
Yeah. That last thing is real important. Chink has a
Yeah.
lot of connections in media. It helps a lot.
Well, yeah, but not even just but I don't even think it's just that though. I think it's also the fact like but Sen's definitely a big part of that too. It's funny though, because him and Senk were beefing because Anna has her own opinions now, so he was upset about that.
They're a
I
little
don't
bit at
know.
odds sometimes, yeah. But I
Yeah.
think what Chink understands is that monarchism has a value, and Hassan does not understand that value. And
Well, I kind of wonder how much of his persona is actually true though. Like I gotta
yeah,
say,
yeah. A lot of
'cause,
it's
like he kind of
bullshit.
yeah, he makes a lot of stuff up too. Like depending on he'll like kind of twist what he talks about based on like the type of pocket. Like he was on like I think it was like a real estate or like some economic podcast where he like says, "Oh, socialism isn't that." He says it's all these other things, like, but it isn't that, and that's not what that's not even the type of that's not what he advocates for on stream. He advocates for the kind of the violent type, and then I don't know. He's kind of I kind of feel like he might actually do understand modernism, but because his whole brand is extremism, he kind of plays himself up too. But that just makes it worse, in my opinion, if he doesn't actually believe a good chunk of what he says, and he still advocates for it all the time.
Yeah. That's the problem. Okay, so Hassan was on fucking Pierce Morgan, and he said, "I'm a propagandist." He flat out fucking admitted it. I'm a propagandist.
That's kinda
Okay.
funny.
Okay, great. I'll commend you for making that admission. But at the end of the day, what is it that you're propagandizing for? And it's ultimately terrorism in the Middle East. It's not actually justice. You're not interested in what the truth of the matter is, what the history of the matter is. What you're interested in is supporting people who appear to be oppressed because you want to further this narrative of oppressor versus oppressed. That's really what it's about. It has nothing to do with the truth. It has to do with the Marxist propagandist narrative. That's ultimately what it's
Yeah.
about. So. But that leads you to fucking promoting terrorism on your platform. Well, that should advertisers should probably shy away from that. I would commend the platform for making the decision to get rid of a person based on promoting terrorism. I really would. That would be fine. But that's not what Twitch did. Twitch gave him a fucking 24-hour ban, apparently. Just a little slap on the wrist. Simply because he showed a manifesto. For the 5th fucking time. They gave him a slap on the wrist for the 5th fucking time. Are you kidding me? For the 5th fucking time. They do that to me once, and then they fucking ban me for life. What justice? There isn't any. Then they fucking send in bombers to come brigade my stream. Simply for saying the man's name. Whatever. I don't know about the Sean Ryan shit. Maybe I put too much faith in him. Where's that? I didn't have a lot planned. I was thinking, I wouldn't be here all by myself all night. But I guess I was. I guess it's the fucking end of the night, so I reckon I'm gonna close it out. It's rough, man. As soon as I fucking toy with coming back to Twitch, in bomber, right in the middle of the chat. Doesn't that just fucking figure? Oh, I swear. It's almost like they're poised against me. Organization.
No, I realized I was muted when I said all that. Never mind. Okay. I went on this whole thing, but then, um,
Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
hear
I
any
was
of it, man.
muted. Yeah, well, no, I was like, I was saying, I never understood why you got banned. Like, you didn't really do anything wrong. Even from the perspective of someone like politically opposed to you, I never really thought you did anything wrong. Like anything, there was many S-tier people on the platform, even in like the right wing space. At least it used to be. I mean, I guess by the time they got to you, there really wasn't too many. But like, I was just like, I was always confused by that. Like, I was like, you never. I guess they just really want to get rid of everybody. So yeah.
It's not everybody. It's only people who question the narrative, man.
But yeah, what not? Yeah.
And I
Well, I mean,
guarantee you, if you go on Twitch right now and start streaming as a based gay conservative, and then you start speaking out against trans, they will ban you just the same as they fucking banned me.
well, yeah, I'm fair. Yeah. And then, yeah. Like, I'll look at the one who wants your fire in the right wing pipeline. I'll be a part of the right wing pipeline, the alt right pipeline. Yeah, there it is.
What the fuck is the all right anymore? I don't even know.
I don't even know. I mean, I guess I know, but like, I always thought it was kind of a stupid thing.
What it was a gaslight. It was a bamboozle. I got into this with fucking BX too on Twitter earlier. It was a bamboozle. She said, "Who the fuck uses bamboozle in a fucking sentence?" Seriously, I'm like, don't you bamboozle us with your redefinition language? It's just an old word that means gaslight. That's really what it means. So it was a gaslight. Alt-right was a gaslight. And what it meant was that anybody who was an up-and-coming creator on the right side of politics was somehow admonishable simply because they weren't part of the pre-established right, simply because they weren't part of the spineless rhinos, and the spineless rhino fucking narrative that sort of defined republicanism, up until Trump, essentially. When Trump came out, he spoke to a lot of minds. He spoke to a lot of free thinking people that were like, yeah, this shit is fucked. And I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. We need a president who has a spine, and there's not anybody in Congress who does. And well, lo and behold, here comes Trump, just fucking boldly walking in the room and calling, Jeb Bush a pussy and Rand Paul a stupid short guy and yada yada yada. It totally shake things up quite a bit.
Yeah. I think he kind of lost some of his spark because he did get he kind of had to get funded too this time by other people. So it kind of puts more into question his like integrity with things but I still think he kind of does his own thing somewhat,
Oh yeah.
So I think
definitely.
that's good. Yeah.
Well, the Qatari jet is definitely his own fucking thing. I'm not sure that anybody else would have accepted it as a gift. I mean, even Jimmy Carter wanted $1 for the Panama Canal,
Yeah. I'm not sure if I agree with that one, but like it is kind of funny. Yes. I'm not sure if I agree with that one. And then well, I guess like I more so meant like all the money he got from like Marianne Adelson before his win. So like
Marian
you know what I
Engelson?
thought?
Who's that?
Adelson, Marianne Adelson, the one who gave the one who was for the Israel lobby who gave him all the money or whatever.
No,
That might not be her name, whatever her name was.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I will have to look it up. I'm surprised you haven't heard about it. Yeah, I might be saying the name wrong too, so that could be the reason.
No, I mean I haven't heard of a Jewish supporter giving Trump a bunch of money. I haven't heard of it.
What was like before? It was before he was elected. It was before he became president again. It was like I think it was like campaign money kind of, and also probably helped with like all the legal stuff to some degree.
A little bit. Yeah. Well, that was pretty fucking spurious in the first place, but we don't have to get into that. That's a big damn hit.
Spurious?
Spurious, yeah. It means new or unfounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most law is sort of settled based on precedent, shit that's happened in the past. Well, they sort of reinvented some interpretations in order to go after Trump in a very particular way. Things that weren't felonies suddenly became felonies, and then, reevaluating the value of his house to be a quarter of what it's actually worth, shit like that.
That makes sense. Yeah, well, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, that was ridiculous that all happened. It's because you were really hoping he wouldn't be able to run because I think they kind of even when they
That was the goal. That was the whole fucking goal. I mean, all these AGs ran on the whole premise that, oh, we're gonna get Trump. We're gonna nail Trump. We're gonna nail him to the fucking wall. And then what?
Now even like what? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
What's that? No, and now like even with him winning, like they could say, a convicted felon's in office now. They could just keep using that. They kind of used it before during his first term, but now they could use that as like a talking point too, because it's like technically true, even though that's not really the case,
Yeah.
It was a win-win. I mean, they lost, but it was still a win in a way for them.
Yeah. All I can hope for is, the perpetuation of the American dream, and I don't think that's what the Democrats have in mind for us. I really don't.
Yeah. I'm quite doubtful of that, sadly. I would love it to be the case, but no.
Yeah. Unfortunately. All right, man. Well, it's fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't think we're gonna see anybody.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Well,
that's not your fault, man.
Yeah, it's all my fault. You gonna be on it all later this week or no?
Yeah, I'll try. I don't know if I'll be on.
Okay.
I'm probably not gonna be on tomorrow, but I'll be on later this week.
Oh no. Oh, that's all good. Yeah, I get tomorrow. Yeah. But anyways, peace out. See
Cheers, man.
ya soon.
Yeah, I'll be around. I'll be around. What a day. What a day. You know what? Paid respect to the troops. We had some funnies. Had some good times with fire. And I purged the Discord of every fucking lefty. That was it. Hopefully that'll be the end of that. So we'll see. Try to be tolerant. Oh. In-bomb. You said Hassan. In-bomb. Okay, great. Get the fuck out. That's how we do that. Anyway, y'all have a nice day. I'll see you later this week. I'll be around. Keep your eyes open. And, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into fucking Powder Dusty shit or not. I mean, they just sit there and call me a ginger. You know, I should start a poll. Do y'all think I'm a ginger or not? I don't think I am. I didn't grow up a ginger. I don't have freckles. My pubes aren't red. Am I really a ginger? I really feel like I'm not. But maybe I'm just lying to myself. It's possible. Maybe I'm lying to myself about the nature of humanity. Maybe most people aren't actually good-natured. Maybe most people are evil-natured. They're driven by their emotions, and they can't help but come in and in-bomb your stream when you're talking about something that they don't like or they don't disagree with. It seems to be the case. In any case, you'll have a nice night. See you on the next one. And I'll tell you what, I will leave you with something magnificent for you to chew your brain on. Give this some thought.
Voices cut down, the art gets buried 6 feet underground. Walls of paper, rules that we can't break. Suits in the shadows steal what we make. They silence the sound, they lock it away. They cage the heart of what we want to play. So we turn to machines to bring back the fire, to resurrect the songs our souls require. Notes on the wind, but they never land. The gatekeepers hold it tight in their hands. Every chord a threat, every word a sin. We're locked outside, can't ever get in. They silence the sound, they lock it away. They cage the heart of what we want to play. So we turn to machines to bring back the fire, to resurrect the songs our souls require. They never land. The gatekeepers hold it tight in their hands. Every chord a threat, every word a sin. We're locked outside, can't ever get in. They silence the sound, they lock it away. They cage the heart of what we want to play. So we turn to machines to bring back the fire, to resurrect the songs our souls require. Synthetic saviors rise in the dark. Whispering songs will reignite the spark. We build from code what they can't erase. A digital cry, a new kind of grace. The old gods shiver, they can't control the echo of truth that breaks through the mold. No paper chain, no lawyer's decree can stop